look at the tail of the tape.
Some of them may be involved with exotic stuff like dark matter.
An ABC News Brief brought to you by Michelob Light Beer. Now from Washington, Sander Van Oker.
All right, and we are back. Gitz is the winner. Warhammer Age of Sigmar Faction Focus. Gloomspite Gitz. Under the light of the bad moon. In comparison with the gleaming warriors and vile monsters we have already seen, you might be forgiven for scoffing at the notion of the Gloomspite Gitz. A ragtag coalition of cowardly grots, barely sentient fungus, and lumbering troggoths. Ahem. But that would be unwise, for this unruly gaggle of dwellers in the dank are a force to be reckoned with, and they have been in 3rd edition. While the squigs and troggoths cause untold havoc from the front, the cunning, vindictive grots weave cruel plans to ensure the downfall of their foes. This is a sad one. Prepare for tragedy.
Why are we still here?
Should I get the music ready? Oh no. Now I'm trepidatious. United under the ghastly pall of the Bad Moon, a malevolent planetoid that moves almost at random through the void, spreading destructive magic across the mortal realms. The Gloomspite Gitz battle in great hollering hordes. They are supported by the denizens of the underworld, troglodyte monsters that crawl, bound and lumber out of the depths. Each grot possesses a well of cruelty that belies their diminutive stature. It fills a void where, on our compassion, manners, or hygiene are missing. It's a Yu-Gi-Oh! Tournament. Well, that's not fair. It's a Smash tournament. In massed groups, their cowardice is outweighed by their viciousness and the easily shaken belief that they won't be the ones to personally take that arrow or sword to the face. When the Bad Moon's erratic orbit passes close to a realm, it bathes the land in sickly light, inducing a mania in those who dwell in dark caverns and damp grottos. This fervor is known as the Gloomspite, a delirium which brings the grots closer together in a shrieking mass, a huge mob of mushroom-addled destruction. They are joined by other horrors from the depths, giant skittering arachnoids for now, that tear holes through reality, lumbering rock-skinned troggoths, and the ceaselessly bouncing and gnashing balls of teeth known as squigs. They spill onto the surface in an effort to usher in the ever-dank. See, I told you guys. In my one video, I had to point it out specifically. I'm like, no, it's really called the ever-dank. I'm not just joking around here. A gloomy and moist utopia in which grot kind has supremacy. Look at these fun boys, just bouncing around. Great models. I should call her. The Gloomspite Gitz may have schemes in abundance, but when they wage war, they are driven by little other than a primitive urge to ruck. Their animosity knows no bounds, and as long as they're giving the biguns their comeuppance, a grot will stay there scheming for a moment at least. The origins of the Bad Moon are unknown, but its hordes of madcap devotees are sure to follow in the Bad Moon's orbit. Please don't have random Bad Moon movement. Please. If you change nothing else, please no random Bad Moon fucking quadrants. No one likes that. As the celestial body crisscrosses across the realms under the light of the Bad Moon, become more powerful in their own special way. Oh, please. Passive. Under the light of the Bad Moon. During the battle, an area of the battlefield will be the Bad Moon's location. The Bad Moon's location will be either a quarter of the battlefield, or the century of the battlefield. While the Bad Moon's location is a quarter of the battlefield, all Gloomspite Gitz wholly within that quarter are under the light of the bad moon. Sag. While the bad moon's location is the center, everybody gets it, and while it's under it, you get a particular bonus. Okay. Frothing Zealots. If the unit is a non-Squig Moon Clan unit, add 3 to its control score. Maybe this matters. Control score, I think, probably matters in the game. You are convinced that GW is convinced that the Bad Moon is cool and fun somehow. That has to be it. Matt Rose can do wrong. It's possible. They must think that people love this shit. I haven't talked to many Gloomspite Gitz players who do, but maybe the ones that work in GW really like it. I don't fucking know. If it's a Squig, you can reroll the random move characteristic. Damn, we still have random move characteristic too? That's unfortunate as well. Damn, you guys weren't kidding. Usually people bitch about stuff and you're like, yeah, whatever. They're just, oh, the sky is falling, but it's blown out of proportion. You guys weren't fucking around. This is mostly disappointing to read. If the unit is Skragrott, add 1 to the save rolls. Okay, hold on. That's kind of nice, though. And then Spider Fang, you do mortal damage on 5 up instead of 6 up. No, that's good too. Alright, so Spider Fang Venom, good. Skragrott Hide, big, good. Lunar Squigs, this isn't bad. It's just letting me know that there's still a random move characteristic, which is sad. But re-rolling it isn't bad. And then control score 3, probably good. Bad Moon's Orbit. Okay, if multiple players are commanding it. If it is the first battle round, pick a quarter of the battlefield for it to start in. If it's the second or subsequent, roll die. Fuck. Ugh. Your battle tactic randomly shuts on or off. Hey, Cities of Sigmar, by all means, use your fun special abilities every single turn, every single one of the 5 battle rounds of the whole game for every single hero you have. Do whatever you want. Gloomspite Gitz, roll a die, eat shit, get out of my face. Disgusting. On a 4 up, it moves. On a 3 or less, it stays in one spot. Bum, 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 wow. The first time it moves to the center, and the second time it moves to the next quarter, and the third time it moves, it's gone, and your battle trait does nothing for the rest of the game. Awesome. How fun. Shit. Okay, well, that's the first legit bad news I've heard so far for almost any army. Mortal damage, he says, through gritted teeth. I'm just trying to remember it. I've gotten used to saying mortal wounds a lot. Anyway, battle formations. Few beasts are as destructive as squigs. They're little more than big mouths filled with fangs and an appetite to match. From tiny ones to huge ones, they are constant companions to the Gloomspite Gitz, to the extent that you can play up Squigalanche. Bouncing Fury. Each time friendly Squig unit charges, add 1 to the attack's characteristic of its fang-filled gobs, massive fang-filled gobs, or huge fang-filled gobs. Also, there's an extra space in between this one in a way that there isn't over here. Kerning? For the rest of the turn. Yo, this is good though. When you charge, you get +1 attacks. Good. Yeah. That's a good ability. I'll take it. Not bad. I bet there are still ways to stay in the light of that moon. I mean, what's his name? He used to do it. Skragrott the Pimp King. He used to do it. Arcana and Incantations. Cast on a 7, lower the class. I misread the title of this because I was trying to read it fast. Good thing I waited. Lore of the Clammy Dank. Sneaky Distraction. Pick a friendly Gloomspite Gitz wizard to cast it. Until the start of your next turn, subtract 1 from hit rolls for attacks made by enemy units while they are wholly within 12 of the caster. Unlimited, you can cast this any number of times. Okay. 12-inch circle of -1 to attack rolls. That's really good. And it's unlimited. You can cast it. Every one of your wizards is essentially like a little totem. That shit's good. It's weird that the enemy unit has to be wholly within. So you might be able to pull some weird tactics as an opponent and get to play around it by having some of your guys outside of that circle, depending on where the hero is. I don't like that part. But every wizard is a giant totem of -1 to get hit. And it's an unlimited spell that you can cast with all of them. All that stuff is good. And it's a powerful effect anyway. So if sometimes randomly your wizard is here and then the unit is here and opponent can charge and then like there's one guy outside of it, so you know, I guess your opponent gets to be a tactical genius sometimes. Okay. It does have a downside. But it's a strong effect, and being unlimited is sick too. Unit focus. Hey, it's Skragrott the Pimp King. 6 health, 6 up save. Big oof. 4 up ward. We're good. Okay. He's got some wizard bonks. Once per battle reaction, you declared the Bad Moon ability. Yo, okay, so he still has this thing. You can choose whether the Bad Moon moves or not, instead of rolling. I really wish this was a battle trait or your general's trait and not printed on this particular guy's war scroll. I really wish this was like an artifact you could take or a command trait you could take and not you have to play with Skragrott kinda, or you feel like you have to play with Skragrott kinda. I mean, he could just be cool. He's a double wizard. He's a wizard too. I'm sure this stuff I'm about to read is good. You know. Maybe it is. Maybe it still is. It could be. I guess we shouldn't, there's no reason to go crazy with it. Anyway, your hero phase, Fangs of the Bad Moon 7. 18-inch range. Roll number of dice equal to the unmodified cast roll, so 7. For each 3 up, inflict 1 mortal damage. Okay, so it does D3. Maybe 3 mortal wounds or something. Good range though, 18, I guess. Insofar as what it is. Reaction. You declared the redeploy command. Okay. Babbling Wand. If you rolled a 1 to 3 when determining the distance a unit can move, you can use 4 instead. Ooh. Okay. Redeploy when you can guarantee at least a 4-inch move is really good. That's nice. Yeah. If you essentially cut out the randomness from redeploy, it becomes quite nice. Hell yeah. The spell's like whatever. Once per battle, thing's good. He can cast 2, right? Okay. I wonder what it'll cost. Heywoah is a former Gitz player, you must admit. Randomness broke your mind, but you still love the moon. Okay. I mean, this doesn't have to appeal to me. If Gloomspite Gitz players like the randomness, then, you know your audience when you're making the army list, right? Bad Moon endless spells are free now, assuming the rules. True. Maybe it's a-okay. Gobbapalooza. 3 health, 6 up save. Stuff. Hey, this is Bogalai. Wizard 1 infantry. Oh, are you just, is this just one of their war scrolls, or are you kind of condensing them? Oh, mesmerize, poisons. You might be condensing them. I wonder what they're doing with this thing. I need more info. Hallucinogenic fungus brews. In the first battle round, it has a ward of 4, and then 5, and then 6 in subsequent battle rounds. That's cool. Neat. And it stays at 6. That's cool. Gobbapalooza Nowitz. Your hero phase. Roll a die and a 3-up, pick 1. I love how you roll first before you pick. Saves time in case you fail. These models are wonderful too. Basically the entire Gobbapalooza. The models are so good. So fun. Glare-Face Dance. Pick a friendly Gloomspite Gitz unit. Add 1 to run rolls and charge rolls. Meh. Pick a friendly Gloomspite Gitz. Add 1 to rend characteristic of the unit's weapons. Nice. Pick a friendly visible enemy unit within 12. Until the start of your next turn, the unit cannot use commands. Until the start of your next turn? Jeez. Okay. Gobbapalooza, more like good winna, I guess. Ahem. There's a lot less +1 to run and charge in the game now with the musician charge. Or change? Yeah, there is. Yeah. That is true. Goonerpalooza. Dude, this thing, I don't rate it too much unless you have run and charge. Nasty Poisons, great. Mesmerize, great. Models, great. You're in. Not unique? No. I don't think they were before either. But maybe I'm misremembering. I don't think they used to be. Squighoid. Okay, it's still... Look, it's random, but it's at least a d6 plus 3, right? At least you got a floor. You cannot be slower than a dwarf. 4 minimum. So 4 to 6, that's a little better. If it has to be random, at least give me a bonus on here so that, you know, you can't bottom out. Fair enough. Squighoid. 6 up save, 1 health, 1 control. A beast. These guys are the ones that used to have a million insane rules, and then they nerfed the rules 3 times and they were still good. Yeah, they lost a wound. 3 attacks, 4s and 3s, 1/1. Decent for a thing that probably doesn't cost anything. 1 in 6 models have a Prada. Squig's gone wild. It's fun. Each time a model in this unit is slain by a combat attack, and that model was in combat with the attacking unit roll, yeah, they gotta no more pulling stuff out of whatever and blowing themselves up with something or whatever, yeah. On a 5-up, inflict 1 mortal damage from the attack. Okay, so 5-up even. Okay. So this is now exploding chaff, essentially. With 6 attacks on the charge if you're in Squigglelance. Otherwise 5. This unit has a max control score of 1. Okay. Because you're a Gloomspite Gitz Moon Clan unit. Hello, sorry for bothering you. Hey, get shot. Somebody shoot that guy. Box office Chan. Okay. Whatever. The only one who sells out in my channel is me. So anyway, herding squigs. Roll a die for each squig herda. Your hero phase. On a 2-up, you can return D3 cave squigs to the unit. For each 1, the squig herda gets eaten. Okay. Gitz players. I don't know where Squig Herd ended up bottoming out. Is this like a screen that explode, like an exploding screen essentially? Which is really good. Because screens don't usually explode for damage. Damn, you know, that just really depends on cost, doesn't it? We don't know yet. They got a bunch of attacks. Possibly a bunch of attacks. A little bit of regen. Die to everything. You know, when your chaff can possibly do damage for doing its job, which is to die. Yeah. This is potentially good. We just have to see, I think. I just need to know points. 4 attacks each on the charge is not insignificant damage. Yeah, they get what? 4 fang-filled gobs because of Squigalam. You get to just roll a bunch of dice if they charge. And if they get charged, at least they blow up sometimes. Kinda nice. Bad Moon Loonshrine. 14 health, 4 up save. I agree. 14 health, 4 up save is a lot. But for those of you who have not seen this terrain feature in person, it's big. It's big. That makes sense. Effigy of a Bad Moon. Friendly Gitz are under the light when they're wholly within 12. Okay, it does that right now. Good. Once per turn army. Ooh, a command point. So this is going to be big. Is this your return to life? Because you have that right now. Pick a friendly non-hero, non-monster, non-war machine. I don't think there's a war machine in Gitz. Set up a replacement unit with half the number. Wholly within 12. And more than 3 from enemies. Ooh. Enemies can't body block from 9. They have to body block 3, huh? How big? Probably like... I can't even fit it on the... It's big. It's surprisingly huge for how tiny everything else is in the army. Did it used to... What was the distance on it before? Was it 12 before? This is much better than the current recursion rules because it's guaranteed. Oh, it used to be random, and now it's guaranteed because it's a command point. Okay, well then we'll take the W. All things considered, I would say that I think it's bigger than the Terminus Nexus or whatever the thing is. Used to be on a 4-up. Ugh. Gross. I think it's bigger than the OBR Big Dong. It might have a smaller footprint, but I think there's more to it. Honestly, Gitz might literally be a top tier army in 4th for all we know, but my issue with the Spotlight is that everything they showed has less or worse stuff than it does right now. It just feels bad, and you're hoping that the full index is fun. Yeah, I mean... It's not a the sky is falling moment. It's just one of those, damn, I wish they overhauled the Bad Moon and they just didn't. They copied it. There is a little bit of quality of life thrown here and there throughout. D6 plus 3. This thing's not random anymore. I don't think this guy's falling quite yet. But it is sad to see the Bad Moon did not change. My hopium that Everwinter does anything at all and isn't just copied from the last book is dwindling. Gitz got the biggest buff ever, no more bravery. Actually true. And Trogs are seeming good. In that, we looked at the War Scroll before, and they're highly decent, and they get a +1 to save underneath the Light of the Bad Moon, right? A word from the studio. Jimbo. Oh, damn. Jimbo Rules Rider. Gloomspite Gitz are a vast horde army that can call upon a variety of different styles of unit to deal with any threat your opponent presents. If you need a lot of bodies, call forth the pointy mobs of Moonclan Grots. If you need some tanky hard hitters, Tragas will lumber into position. Bouncing rapidly forward with Fangs Bards, Squigs are your aggressive cavalry option. Just don't expect them to stick around too long. And if you want to capitalize on the natural cunning of Grots, you can get sneaky with some interesting movement shenanigans with the Arachne Rocks and Spider Ridas. There's really something here for everyone. You can mix and match or go all in on one specific archetype. Jimbo loves the Bad Moon. Bad Moon Mad Mob. This is Spearhead. Pick a territory to be under the light of the Bad Moon. If both players use it, must roll off. When a friendly unit is wholly within the territory that is under light of the Bad Moon, appropriate. Frothing Lunar Moonhide. Cool. Hey, once again, Spearhead gets better rules. I appreciate that. I would rather it be like a choose a board half, like an edge of the board. Either opponents or your own. And maybe it flops back and forth between them or something, but not gone completely, right? Rockgut Tragas, 5 health, 4 up save. 5 up ward still. Oh, they throw boldas now. 10-inch range, 1 attack, 5 and 2, which is kind of like 4 and 4, right? I mean 4 and 3, pardon me. 2 Ren D3. 2 attacks, 4s and 2s, 2, 3. These are some sick rend and damage and wound values. You gotta get through this hoop first, but yep. They heal. They're on a 4-up save. They have a 5-up ward. What damage does get through is big and has a lot of rend. They got health and 3-up save under the light. The boys. They're fun. Yeah, start of any turn. They're a 5 health, 3-up save, 5-up ward, heal D3 every turn, as long as they're under the light. Yeah, so that would be my turn and your turn. Twice a battle round. We love any. Cool. Hey, Tragas are still looking good. They're fun. People like Tragas, I'm told. Yeah, and you don't need a hero to sit next to them either, which is sick. You don't like Tragas? Alright. Everyone in the world except one person doesn't like Tragas. Or does, I mean. Okay, so everything seems good, but the entire battle tactics page was a big disappointment, or battle traits. This was a huge disappointment to read. I was sad. I became sad. That sucks. Everything else is either good or we don't know yet. And that's Gitz. Next. Skaven or Night Hound. Throw a boulder at him. It hits on a 5. That thing's gonna miss. But when it hits, it's good.